So unfortunately, my intro that I had to my video, I cut off. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't know how to bring them together, there's gonna be two videos, one intro, and then here's the video that I was gonna do. But since I'm here, let's go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And we're also gonna do the Mimi song. It's the Mimi Show. 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 Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get down to it. Let's get started. Now, the other video was the intro to this one. We're gonna be talking about Meghan's trip to Nigeria, skipping over London, not taking the kids, and all they want to talk about is, are they going to reconcile? But word on the street is that Harry sent out an invitation to the entire royal family to invite him to fight them to the Invictus Games, which a little of me don't believe it, and then a little of me does. I believe he does need support, but it would look awfully weird for them to be there after the way that he has treated them.
I'm sure he'd really like his dad to be there, actually, but I wonder if you believe that Prince Harry invited Prince William to this event on May 8th.
Well, I read that he invited all of them. I invited literally that there wasn't a royal in London that he didn't invite, and that every single one of them turned him down.
Wow, that sounds like desperation. That's a little more desperate than the verbiage I read.
So basically, Harry invited them to the Invictus Games. But my question to you, Harry, is why is not the main person, your love for this woman, Meghan, the one that buried your kids, the one that's supposed to support you from the beginning to the end in all your endeavors, no matter what, no matter if she be booed, no matter if they don't want her there. It's not about her. And so once again, all the time, she makes it about her, because she makes it about her because she's not going. And she's not taking the kids. But Harry, if you needed your family there for you, then why are you not bringing your new family? The one that you said that you got your own family now. Where are they when you need them the most? Where is the woman of your life that is supposed to be by your side and there for you when you need her the most? She's at all the other Invictus Games, running around, switching in them two little shorts and stuff, and marching with the veterans and being stupid and making speeches like she took over. My previous video talks about how she took over Invictus and made it hers. And now that it's in London, she's scared. She's a coward. I would really consider her being a coward, because if you couldn't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. If you can't handle the fact that you did what you did, trashed, blame, whine, and pretty much put yourself in a bottom of the totem pole of popularity, and then now you think somebody's gonna buy your gram jam? No, we're not gonna buy any jam from you. And as you can see, your celebrity friends ain't really supporting you. You had 2 or 3 people come out and show some jam, and then that was it. But my point is that wasn't it all for her to become, like, she had this grand plan that, oh, I'm gonna get 50 jars out to all these people, and then they're going to share on their platform, and then that's going to show that, oh, I have all these friends in Hollywood, and look how they're supporting me with my jam. And it's the who's that are liking the jam, but word on the street is that some of them return the jam. I would have returned it. Because I wouldn't want her thinking for one moment that we were friends. Oopsie daisy. She probably sent a bottle to Beyonce and Tyler Perry and all them other people, and they just probably looked at that and said, "Here she go, trying to be famous through me." Yeah, she's trying to be famous through those other famous people, like Melissa McCarthy out there talking about how much she loves Meghan. And we're looking at her like, okay, don't even go there because her popularity is in the gutter. And now, all of a sudden, you want to tell us that you... I don't know why people just don't like Meghan. Well, maybe it's not for you to know. Let's move on. Love you guys.
I think that is sad, but I also stress that these are the consequences of his actions.
Well, he didn't invite, and that every single one of them turned him down.
Wow, that sounds like desperation. That's a little more desperate than the verbiage I read. I think that is sad, but I also stress that these are the consequences of his actions.
Well, I saw the report as well, which said that he was...
Oh, okay. So, Catherine Williams will stop what they doing and run and be by Harry's side. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And why? Because your Jezebel couldn't come and support you? Why would everybody stop what they're doing, their plans and their life, to run over there to Harry's Invictus charity with him to support him? Because it's Invictus? No, honey. No. You just don't want to, A, either he doesn't want to be over there by himself looking stupid, or B, he just making up stuff as he goes along. If he needed someone to be there that bad, then his wife should be there. And why would he think that people were going to pick up and say, oh, okay, Harry's coming to town. Stop what you're doing. Let's go hang out with our favorite cousin, our favorite son, our favorite brother. No. You did some really wicked, damaging stuff to your reputation and to your relationship with the people that you may love, maybe, or used to love, or so-called love, because love doesn't treat people that way. You don't go on national TV and all these other outlets and just decimate your family for money and for your Jezebel. And then she's walking around like she is not accountable for anything. Like she didn't do anything. And then continues with this stupid narrative that she was the being bullied. I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. When she was at that International Women's Day, okay, and talking about bullying, I believe it struck a nerve with some people in the palace to say, let's release this. Let's release this to show that she is the one that is the bully. She is the one that had them up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if they wasn't reading what she needed them to read at 5 in the morning, she got upset, started yelling at them. I heard that she wanted some red sheets or something like that. And they came out a different, not the color red that she wanted. Well, BICTH, give me show me the color that you want. What do you want? Do it yourself. Do it yourself. You was doing it before you met Harry. Now all of a sudden you think that you got all these people at your disposal to be able to do whatever you wanted them to do. But then you turned around and told us that you didn't have any help. So which is it? If you were up at night typing and sending emails out to aides, trying to tell them what to do, then I thought you didn't have any help. They fed you to the wolves. But why were you expecting all of this stuff from them when you didn't have it before you met Harry? You didn't have $3 and $4 million to renovate Frogmore. You didn't have that. Harry did, but you didn't. You didn't have 30 million pounds to pay for a wedding. But your husband's family did, but you didn't. And you took it for granted. Everything they did for you and gave you and provided for you, you took it for granted. It is such a sick situation. And then now she wants to get back on TV and pretend like she's the victim again. I was bullied online. I was bullied when I was pregnant with Archie and Lilibet. You wasn't bullied. I don't believe that. You are the bully. You were bullying people. They were not bullying you. And then how did you know they were bullying you? What was you doing online looking at it anyway? There's no way in the world, if I was a celebrity, that I would be looking at most of that negative stuff that they're saying about me. Now, the only reason why I will listen to some of it is because it's constructive criticism. But not with her, because she's right and Miss Know-It-All. And everybody got to do it the way she says that they got to do it. That's why she fails at so many things. At her rebranding and branding and websiting and charity and having all this high turnaround, and people don't like you. No, they don't. Sorry. Hang on, guys. Let me pause it. Eventually, they will divorce. I know that we haven't talked about it in a while, but she needs Harry more than any. Without Harry, Meghan is nothing. Without the royal family, Meghan is nothing. She's back to where she was. Where aren't we at a Riviera Jam-a-thon? She's taking Scam Jam. The Scam Jam. This girl, like Trevor said, do you know how many strawberries it takes to make a thing of jam? And they're not even in season. The strawberries are not even in season. But she's gonna make a whole bunch of money off of her jam scam and her reality show. That's what it is. Her cooking moment that's her reality show.
There wasn't a royal in London that he didn't invite, and that every single one of them turned him down.
Wow, that sounds like desperation. That's a little more desperate than the verbiage I read. I think that is desperate. Sad, but I also stress that these are the consequences of his actions.
Well, I saw the report as well, which said that he was going to be spending time with King Charles while he was here, because they were going to be so close to each other, and that he had, not necessarily at this Invictus event, but separately. And as I was saying on the programme yesterday, I think that's a lovely idea, but King Charles, please get a non-disclosure agreement drawn up by your advisors immediately, which is legally binding, because if I was a member of the royal family, I wouldn't be going anywhere near him unless there was some sort of legal documentation that meant that he couldn't put it in an interview, in a book, or anything else.
The less we know, the better. And the less we know, the more we know how sincere.
Well, the thing is, the last time King Charles and Harry had a conversation together, it lasted 10 minutes, if that long. And why? If Carrie's coming home from college or something and to visit or whatever, to stay in her room, whatever, we're going to be chatting. We're going to be some chatting women. I want to know what's going on with this, that, and this and that, and this and that. But that's not the same thing that happened to Harry, because they don't trust him. His father doesn't trust him. And I'm sure William said, listen, if he asks about me, tell him you don't know what's going on. No, you don't know what's going on because it'll get out. He'll hold it against you. He'll go home and tell his wife after his brother saying, listen, everything don't need to be told to your Jezebel because when she do, it gets out. Obviously, because he talked about his Todger in his book. And you can't, Trevor, I do believe that those kids are going to read that stuff and they're going to see what's been going on, how Meghan split and ran and brought her kids over here to California to never almost ever see their relatives again. It's been years. It's been years since they stepped down. It's been years since the family has seen the kids. Here's the thing. You don't have to like the mom and dad to see the kids. It's a disconnect. You disconnect from trash and blaming and lying, Meghan and Harry. And then you try to form a relationship with the kids and ignoring all the rest of the BS and keep the conversation about the kid. But nothing's going to ever come of that because Meghan's going to continue to use and abuse the fact that those are her kids and she is not bringing them over there for them to see them. It's cruel. It's a cruel thing that she does. And she thinks she's justified. Or if they're going to take Frogmore Cottage away from us, then that must mean they don't want to see the kids. Who blackmail people like that and threaten them like that? Meghan. I mean, the other day I asked some people, I said, do you honestly think that Harry really cares about being on the balcony, about Meghan wearing a crown, about her having a robe, about Archie playing in, being a part of the coronation? He doesn't care about that stuff. He told us that he wanted the family. He didn't want the institution. Well, if you don't want the institution, what you going to Nigeria for? If you don't want the institution, then why does it come across as you guys do? Like the Orchard, Riviera, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the website reeking of Meghan's resume is pathetic. Who would put their resume on their own website? You just tell a little about yourself. You go on there, she wrote a book. Stupid. Let's move on.
Here the interaction actually was.
Well, that's true, but there's always that danger. And as I have said before, as you have said before, they tried to have a meeting where they thrashed things out, King Charles, Prince William and Prince Harry, literally moments after the funeral of Prince Philip. You know, an emotional time where families can come together and try and perhaps put some of those gripes to the side after the funeral, for goodness sake. And that ended up being the opening chapter of his book. So,
or when we all praised Prince Harry for jumping on a plane to be with King Charles immediately after he announced his cancer diagnosis.
Well, nobody praising him. Just because Harry decided to get on a plane to go see his father meant nothing. It didn't mean anything to me. It didn't mean that, oh, look at the prodigal son going home to check on his dad. No. It was more like, look at him, publicity. He wants everybody to know that he cares about his dad. No, the way that you care about your father is missing. It's missing some stuff. It's missing some stuff because I'm 100% sure that he has asked Harry to bring those kids over so he can see them. And said, if you don't bring the kids the next time, don't even bother coming to see me. Harry said it. He said, do you even want to see your grandkids anymore? You're taking our cottage? That's Meghan in the background, talking stupid. And Harry's repeating it. He just repeats what she says in the background. She's the puppet. She tells him what to say and what to do. Remember when she said a long time ago when they had that Sandringham meeting and she felt like she should have been there because she was the mother of their kids? No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be there because you're the problem. You're the issue, and they needed to get around the table and talk about you. It didn't get far because Nutty Brain Harry is still under a spell. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine.
Diagnosis, and then turned on Good Morning America a few days later to see Prince Harry discussing that meeting with King Charles. It was so inappropriate.
Absolutely. There was literally not one interaction or one thing that they do that they won't sell. There's absolutely nothing that they won't sell. So I would be very, very sceptical if I was any member of the royal family. But of course, they are going to keep reaching out. And they are going to keep trying to have interactions with them because they need them in order to sell.
Meghan and Harry need the royal connection. They do. But it's obviously that they don't have that connection anymore. On their website, they're under other or not even on there at all. They are gone. They're not talked about. They're not a part of the charities. They're not a part of the Commonwealth, the monarchy. They are no longer a part of anything. They are outcast. And so, honestly, in my very honest opinion, Meghan has faded so bad and her popularity is so low that it speaks volumes about where she is as far as her nutty buddy is going to be, her scam jam is going to be, and how she's going to ever be able to succeed moving forward. It's just not happening. I want to know what's going on over there with the royals. She came back here with trash. I said, why is she talking about the family like that? Racism and my father, he lied and just, it was just so depressing. It was one of the most depressing, interview I had ever watched. It was daunting, Oprah. And then she was sitting there like she was really getting some juice. That was weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go.
The tax that they're going to sell, the junk, the rubbish, the products, the saucepans, the tea towels, and all of that nonsense that they're going to try and sell to the public with American Riviera Orchard, or as I like to call it, American Do-Nothing Orchard.
I also think that that's the reason for the Nigeria trip, so that they can look more associated with the royal family. Everybody's calling it this mini faux royal tour or whatever. It makes them look royal.
Mini royal tour. I don't consider Meghan a royal anymore. I just consider her a tick. You know how like a tick, like a annoying, like an annoying person, like a splinter in your finger. She's annoying. She is not a part of that family anymore. And just because she uses the Duchess of Sussex like it's going out of style, it doesn't mean that she is that. I don't consider her a princess. I don't consider her a royal. I don't consider her the Duchess of Sussex. I do consider Harry a prince, a son of a prince that gave up his role. So this is what he did to his grandmother. He hurt her. He walked away from the family. He walked away from the monarchy. He walked away from his grandmother. A whole life that she provided for him and did for him. He decided to let this woman ruin his destiny, his legacy. when he walked out and stepped down, that's what he did, in my opinion. He lost all points. All points. And to be able to get that back is not something that you can do overnight. Megxit is not something you can fix. See, Meghan thought she was going to go over there, trick Harry like she did, and then trip out, lying, talking about suicide and racism on the Oprah show, okay? She thought all of that was going to bring her sympathy. No, it didn't. What it did was it brought people looking at you like, wait a minute, didn't you just hit the lottery? And then now you get over there, you take Harry, you get over there, you have the baby, and you swoosh over here real quick to get your brand and stuff going on. But you messed up. And you went too hard, too cheap, too nasty, too disgusting on the family to be able to bring your reputation back to life. Has it yet? I talk about this a lot. Her reputation is gone. It's over. That means that them two friends she has, Melissa McCarthy and the rest of them, we don't care. So I don't care if she's best friends with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian and all of them. It just makes them look weird. No, Meghan messed up big time, to the point where it is almost virtually impossible for her to become liked again, loved around the world, to become this famous person, because that's what she wants. She wants the money and the fame, and the fame was given to you because you married a prince. You had it, boom, and then all of a sudden, you turn people off. What? You talking about my country? You talking about my queen? There's no way back from this stuff. There's no way. And we're looking. We're looking in on the outside. I know I am. I'm looking in on the outside to see her bring her brand back to life. And it has yet to do it yet. It started to me with Spotify, when everything started to crack. Let's continue.
And that's what they need. They have to continue to remind people that they are associated with the royal family. Otherwise, they have little to no value.
I don't quite know what's going on at the moment. Have you got something that's on your laptop that's can you hear?
I don't, but I did hear an ad for a casino,
Yes.
which made me a little thrilled. What a thrill.
That is very strange where that's just come from. I don't know where that was, but anyway, perhaps actually that's perhaps Harry and Meghan are running American Riviera Orchard Casino. Maybe that's their next venture. I don't understand this rather strange Nigeria trip. Why are they going on this Nigeria trip? Because it's being called an unofficial tour, but it is a sort of official tour.
Well, the government is paying for it. They'll have the...
It's cringeworthy to watch her walk around and pretend she is a royal. Shaking people's hands and hugging, get down on her knee and act like she's Diana. It's cringeworthy. Now this little mini Nigeria moment that they're going to do as royals is a disgrace, because they both said that they wanted the family part of it. They didn't want the institution. Meghan didn't want to do that work for free. So are they getting paid to go and do it? No. There's something wrong with this picture. Stop pretending like you're a royal. The last royal engagement they did is when they went to New York to that Harlem school and had them kids sign an NDA. and had them sitting on the floor while she read them the bench and hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of clothes to these poor inner city kids. Just odd, don't know her audience, thinking she can relate to kids, thinking she can relate to older people, people my age. None of that. When she got on that stage and started talking about how she was being bullied, who was she talking to? She's a grown woman sitting on stage whining. And you could tell Brooke Shields was over her. The way she looked at her like, are you serious? And one of them said, I can't watch that stuff online because that online stuff, it'll tear you apart. In other words, Tyler Perry told her to stop watching it. Everybody has told her to stop watching social media. And what does she do? She gets on there because she wants to know what we're talking about. What y'all say about me today? It's not good. It's not like you're going to take the constructive criticism and make a change. No, you're going to continue to do the same thing. Pretend like no one's telling you, throwing you a bone to help you get through this, to help you be popular. It's through the family, letting the kids see their family. The kids don't exist. I'm on that point right now. I'm with Paula. The kids doesn't exist. Where the hell are they? Like I said, we need to do a welfare check. And I get, the kids are off limits and stuff like that. But I'm talking to the parents.
Government-funded security that they require. Harry's ultimate objective, I believe, is to secure a future Invictus Games there. And they're supposed to be visually participating in some cultural activities and meeting with some service members and their families. That's the only official word we have so far. But again, I'd stress that the ultimate objective is to remind everybody that they're kind of sort of royal, and they're going to go have really glowing media that they lack here in America and they lack in the UK, and they're going to be treated like royalty, and that's good.
Meghan is not treated like royalty over here in the United States. It's just not happening. You don't see her walking around in carriages and us waving to her. And you don't see any events that she goes to where there's this big crowd outside waiting to see her. So now she's got to go all the way to Nigeria for people to think that she's some type of queen. It's going to be interesting to see how she acts, because she's going to act like she's too good for them. She does. Watch the body language. Watch the Royal Rogue, Rodriguez. I like him. Talk about it. Yep, all she's going to do is go over there and make another fool out of herself, because you're not a royal. You didn't want to be a royal. Didn't you step down? Didn't you say it was over for you? Didn't you not want to do that? Didn't you say they fed you to the wolves? So why would you want to be a part of the royalty? Why would you even use the royalty? Why would you even walk over there and act like you're royalty? This is the kicker right here. Watch out. Watch it. This is Meghan. She wished she was Cinderella. Anyway, this is Meghan, okay? Getting ready to go to Nigeria. She flies past England. She flies past what made her famous, rich, noticed, a global instant star, a princess, a Duchess of Sussex, everything. Okay, she's going over there. I missed it. She's passing London. This is all the things that they've given to her. They gave her money, millions, everything. They supported her. They did everything they were supposed to do for her. But instead of bringing the kids and supporting her lonely husband that's begging people to come to the Invictus, his family, Why are you relying on your family, Harry, after the way you treated them? Do you honestly think that they would show up after the way you treated them and talked about them in a book and on the Oprah show? But the person that had you do all that is the main person that's not going to be by your side. She's going to fly over with all the goodies and stuff that they gave her. All the goodies and stuff. She's going to diss the Great Britain, because that's what I call it, dissing. Passing and dissing. No kids, no nothing. Psh, land in Nigeria. Here she go in Nigeria, walking around like she's Cinderella and a princess. And shaking people's hands. So you mean to tell me when they go over there, it's going to look so weird that they're going to be shaking hands and doing all that crapola like they were doing when they were royal, when they were in New York City? Touchdown. I'm a royal now. I'm back on royal duties. No. King Charles didn't give you and Harry permission to go over there and pretend. So you're going to go on your own and you're going to look stupid and we're going to talk about you. It is what it is. We have to. We have to remind people that she is not a Duchess of Sussex. She's not royalty. And how royalty doesn't treat their family that way. So my point is that she's not royalty anymore. She said she didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And it's over. She's making a new life for her. So why is she using those tools? I don't believe it is even with this polo match, her standing in the middle and in the way and pushing and telling everybody where to stand and stuff. She's too bossy and pushy. She is too bossy and pushy.
Be photographed and people are going to get it on video and share it on social media. And again, that they need that. They need to continue to remind people that they are members, they're distant members of the royal family now, because that's where the money is.
Well, absolutely. And of course, I find it...
Well, that's where the money is ending. Because when she fly herself back over to the United States, no one's gonna be oh, we saw that you were in Nigeria. We want to brand you in our clothes, or we want you to advertise this for us because you're this big star now. Your popularity is still at 10 or 8 or something like that, which is unbelievable.
Very, very strange that they've just sort of given themselves that name.
Almost finished.
Of some sort of association of a royal tour, because, I mean, actually, you're coming here in a month. Can we just call that a royal tour?
Royale. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm going to Greece in a few weeks. It's a royal tour. I mean, it just because they're not
I'm
royal.
going to do it.
They keep telling us they're not royal. So I think that
they're not royal.
If you're not royal, let's just have any kind of visit. I'm going to the toilet. It's a royal visit to the toilet. Everything is royal.
You gotta go check out your throne. Make sure it's still there.
I'm going to go and sit on the throne because it's royal, because everything is royal. It does seem very royal activity for a couple that don't want to be seen as royal, I suppose, is what I'm saying.
They do want to be seen as royal. Otherwise, they wouldn't insist that we call them the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
But I don't understand how they want to be treated as royals, but you hate the royal. I don't understand it. I don't understand why she uses the Duchess of Sussex. I don't understand why she thinks she's a princess. I don't understand why she thinks she's going to go on this royal visit and start shaking hands as if she's a part of this royal family. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. It makes her look real crazy up there, Oprah. Oh, they were racist. They were pure racism. pure racism, and my father mistreated me. Samantha did this to me, and Ashley, she just couldn't come. And my mom's side of the family isn't classy enough to come to the wedding. And I didn't start being treated like I was black until I came into the family. So that should have been a good thing, that you're being treated like, your roots. What to say? Because it don't make sense. I've never been treated black. What are you trying to say? There's a way to be treated when you're black? There's a difference? No, Meghan, you're just full of it. You went over there making a list of stupid stuff and wanted us. You made money off of trash in the royal family. And now you're finna fly to Nigeria and pretend you're still a part of it. When you left, you put that sign out on the door and said, I'm leaving. I no longer want to be a princess. I no longer want to be HRH. You gave that up. And to me, it will haunt her for the rest of her life, because that was the main reason why she was famous. I wish Wendy Williams still had her show so she can tell us, break it down.
Everybody's talking about that Archetypes podcast episode where Meghan talked about being 43% Nigerian and how Meghan is going to learn about her heritage. And I'm like, why don't you guys just skip to chapter whatever, page whatever?
That's that stupid stuff. Her mama couldn't tell her that she was 48%, 43% Nigeria. And is her mother, which side, like one of my subscribers said, which side of the family is the Nigeria side on? Because it definitely isn't her father. So is your mother Nigerian?
Of Tom Bower's Revenge, where he talks about Meghan lying to Elle magazine so she could go to Malta, about her Maltese heritage and how her and a photographer photographed her in all this cultural garb.
Yeah.
And then Elle was like, well, there's no proof that you're from anywhere around here, so no, we're not going to let you put anything in our magazine.
No, we're not putting your liathon in our magazine.
They're brilliant grifters. They really are. They really do try. They really, really do try. Do you think that they will see the royals when they're here? Or Harry, anyway?
Maybe his father.
I think that Prince Harry will see his dad, and I think, like you, that's really good. I think that all of this has probably made the king pretty hurt, and I don't imagine that things are going to get well overnight, but and he is going to be incredibly guarded because he's a smart individual and he's going to protect the people that have been loyal to him.
That he loves.
I can't imagine loving someone and feeling so betrayed by them and being in the position that the king is in, where he is fighting for his life and not knowing what tomorrow brings.
And you know what's interesting is, can you imagine them having a conversation with Harry and trying to reason with him and trying to get him to understand that, Harry, your wife is putting you in a situation that you really don't want to be in. Hey, Harry, maybe you need to slow down and just date this girl for a little bit before you start jumping into marriage. Or just like Thomas Markle wrote him a letter and told him, look, man, she's going to make your life pure hell. And what is she doing? He's pretending like it's not, but it is. It is. It's bad. It's as worse as you can get it. I've never seen anything like it before. Pushing Harry out the way, putting him in the back like he's not the prince. We're rebranding me now, Harry. You move aside. I know how to do this stuff because I did TIG 0.1. And so I'm going to come out with this new TIG because I'm the one that's going to be able to do all this. Because it was so successful before. Well, maybe back then you had some friends. Because right about now, I don't think so. I'm almost done, my lovely subscribers. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Do you know I have like 1,200 views and only like 100 or 200 likes. So,
Reports that Meghan believes that she's going to be booed.
Yes, which I think is fair.
So, okay. So she's afraid she's going to get booed. Is that the reason why she didn't go to the coronation? Sorry about my little dress. It's supposed to hang on my shoulders, but I kind of feel like they're... Anyway. Is that the reason why you didn't go to the coronation? Because you was going to get booed again? You're going to get booed here, too. You got booed here at that Kennedy Award for racism. That was that stupid stuff. Excuse me. Remember when she skedoodled herself over there to get an award on the backs of her family? Who would do that? Who would accept an award after they have been privileged to everything? And then all of a sudden, I'm going to get an award because they're prejudiced. She messed up. And she didn't mess up because of the curtsy. That just added to the fire. She messed up when she started talking about the Queen and started talking about Great Britain and started talking about the people and lying. That's my story. All that other stuff is just in between cream. It is. Because there's bottom lines. The bottom line is that Meghan became famous. She became one of the most sought out women in the world when she married Harry. She was liked, she was loved. And then she turned around and ruined it for herself because she wanted a life in Montecito. Because she wanted to do TIG 2.2 and Jamathon and Nutty Buddy. And so, but she also dropped the ball with being evil and a bully. They don't even need to release the report about her being a bully, because you already see it. She told us on the Oprah show how she was this bully. She said it in Spare how she was being a bully. Harry brought it up. He said that she was up at night typing letters, and then she was telling them that they were just being too soft. She said another word, I just can't think of it. No, you're evil. You're evil and you're sinister. And she's strategic. I believe she sent out those jam jars so that they could show us that their jars, these celebrities, and those celebrities that have fans will run over there and say, oh, we like Meghan's jam too. Can we have a bar? Can we have a can of it? Hell no, because ain't none left. She only made 50. What was she doing letting them do? Test it and try it out to see if it's going to be good? Come on now. If you're going to be selling some jam, put the jam out there. Okay, maybe she got to cook it first.
But I can't imagine loving someone and feeling so betrayed by them and being in the position that the king is in, where he is fighting for his life and, and not knowing what tomorrow brings.
There are reports that Meghan believes that she's going to be booed.
Yes, which I think is fair. I mean, Andrew Morton said that to me in 2021, and then it happened. So I think that is a fair assumption that she would be booed. Her polling numbers are horrific in the UK. I think that they might even be worse in the UK than they are in the...
Her poll numbers are both hideous, horrible in Great Britain and in the United States. They both are at the bottom. So it doesn't matter which poll you're looking at.
United States.
Why do you think people might boo her?
Because she was so disrespectful to the Queen and Prince Philip. I mean, I don't think it's exaggerating to say that Harry and Meghan's actions contributed to the decline of Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth's health towards the end of their life.
Wow. I mean, that is quite the assertion. Do you
Do you disagree?
No, I think that they added to the stress without a doubt. Without a doubt, they added to the Queen's stress. And also,
Kingsley Schofield just bust out and said that she believes that Meghan and Harry added not just stress, but added to the fact that it didn't help their health. It was bad on their health. Philip was in the hospital, very upset about this stupid Oprah debacle. And then Queen Elizabeth is upset because her husband's in the hospital. Then he ends up passing away, her best friend. And then Meghan and Harry still running around with their shenanigans to make money, to please Meghan,
what is most repellent about their behaviour, and the thing is that the reason they got away with it was because we know it in hindsight, was that it became well known after the fact. It was well known that the Queen's health was in decline. The fact that it was highly likely that she was suffering from this rare form of cancer was not really known till afterwards. But of course, the family would have known. The family would have known that she was suffering from this rare form of cancer. So the fact that they were doing all of that knowing that her health was in such decline, I think is unforgivable. And it's something that they've got away with.
And they pushed back on Prince Philip's health specifically, suggesting through friends at the time, I believe in the publication, the Daily Mail, that they were just using Prince Philip's health as an excuse to try to tear down their interview with Oprah Winfrey and to jeopardize their interview with Oprah Winfrey's credibility.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk about another story this morning. Front page of today's Mirror, and this is Andrew Royal.
I felt like he got away pretty unscathed.
Okay, that's fine, Andrew.
I've never been known as a particular fan of Prince Harry and his wife.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please hit like, subscribe, and comment. Love you guys. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. One more time. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh. Yeah. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys so soon. Love you.